up to the transparency. Welcome. Just grabbing a couple things. Looking like a cerveza. Yeah. Good day, mates. Well, this should work. Let's try it. I want to show you guys something before we get started. I'm going to zoom all the way in, but right here's the coffee shop. Right behind it, next to it, over here is Dr. Drake's. 7:52 p.m. is when you will see two SUVs pulling right there. Now watch what the one does. It'll be the one that's lights you can see right here. It'll back up. That's the coffee shop. It's going to pull around the front and then make a right into the drive-through. That's where Drake's. Now watch. See the lights right there? 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000. Boom. Backs up. "10 seconds when the car SUV pulls into the drive-through. Within 10 seconds, it backs up. You see its lights. And now you can see at the bottom here, it says 7:52 and 56 seconds. Based off of the CAD notes, at 7:50, 7:51, Mike Valenzuela, the 1510 car, notifies everybody that he is en route to 6811 Main Street. Every cop in Bonners Ferry and every sheriff department employee avoided 6811, even though every person from Bonners Ferry Police and Boundary County Sheriff's Department prior to Mike Valenzuela said that they were going to 6811 from 7:34 p.m. and until 7:52 p.m. Every single vehicle avoided 6811, and that was where they were supposed to go. And then within 10 seconds of Mike Valenzuela pulling into this alley, he backs up his SUV and saying that he sees a body. Now, I happen to grab the screenshots from body cam of another officer that's going the opposite way over here. And at that time, when they pulled up, when Mike Valenzuela's pulled up, he was the only person in his vehicle. But the screenshot that I got from Alan Schleff's body cam show that when at 19:52 and 51 seconds, that there was another officer that was standing in the passenger's side door, like leaning in, like talking. Looked like they would be talking to Mike Valenzuela right when he would have pulled in. Who was that officer? Who was the officer that was in the alleyway on foot? They got a lot of problems here, and I'm here for it. Sorry, my voice is just raspy. So welcome to the transparency. Been doing a lot. So good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you may be. But this is undeniable proof that there was an officer that was in the alleyway. And unless you're going to be getting out of a vehicle and start looking around and hunting around and trying to make entry into the building, how would you know that you need to stop your vehicle right where it was and back it up? Well, you would only know that if somebody was standing there to prevent you, like another officer to prevent you from going. Like, that's why you had to back up. But why would Mike Valenzuela be the first person to call in all units out to 6811 at 1953 in 47 seconds, and they say that there's a body down? So they got a lot of questions to answer, and this is just all sickening. So how things going? Again, the CAD notes, all units out to 6811 at 1953. And that came from the 1506. Travis Stoley. Oh, hot damn. They got tons of problems on their hand. Let's see the officers that were out and about. So Brandon Johnson, Alan Schleff, Travis Stoley, there's like 6 SUVs. And the medics, they staged at 1937 hours. And for whatever reason, the medics didn't put in that they were staged. You're supposed to type that in. But then at the end of the CAD notes, the last entry is on 313 at 1937. Medic 10 and M10 and M1 advise that they are staging at Liberty Mobile. But that would be on 3/13/2020. Like, what the fuck have these people done? And what I mean by that is I will just straight up show you the document. So also, Isaac Funderberg has a huge problem on his hands because the surveillance cameras prove that Isaac Funderberg did not come across 95 at 1927, 1928 hours, but his vehicle does come out of the glass shop and his vehicle lights turn on from the glass shop. His vehicle, based on surveillance cameras, show that he was literally hanging out in the glass shop parking lot and did not come across from his apartment. So anything that Isaac would have witnessed would have been from the glass shop, not his apartment. He lied about going to Super One and what time he went there. The first shot, according to eyewitnesses, happened at 7:01, 7 o'clock. And Jennifer Drake called in 911 at allegedly 7:29 to 7:31, saying that she just got off the phone with her husband and he just was shot at 7:27. So this is very problematic. Because all the evidence would show, or I should say nothing can corroborate the fact that Jennifer Drake was on the phone with her husband from 7:17 until 7:26. And in fact, all the evidence would show that somebody else was on that line or that it was just dead air, as all the evidence shows that Brian Drake was killed and shot before 7:17. And the two eyewitnesses have said that there was 2 gunshots. So again, the big thing here is, if you guys are just following along, is the time of the crime for Brian Drake. The state, with no evidence to back up Jennifer Drake's statements, has said that Brian Drake was shot at 7:26-ish, 7:25 in like 45 seconds. So for easy math, 7:26 p.m. However, there are actually documents that law enforcement actually have that contradict that they tried to bury. And they revolved a case around that time of the crime. Which then is obviously, if you're using surveillance cameras at the wrong time of the crime, you have a huge problem. Especially when you have somebody like me that can prove a different time of the crime and heavy fucking problems with surveillance in and out of Brian Drake's business. So so again, hello to everybody. Welcome. How would they see a body inside? Exactly. They said that even though the shades were down, that they could see a body inside. How did they see that body so quickly, though? You just pulled your car into the alleyway, and you're calling, at 1953, literally when you turn in, all units report, respond to 6811. There's a body down, and then they go and they kick in the door, and they get to Brian Drake's body at 1956 and say that it's a code black. The medics are still staging, meaning that they're just waiting at the Liberty at 19, they say 37 hours, but that was never reported in, and it was never put in the CAD notes. Jennifer Drake says that she talked to dispatch again at 7:44, and dispatch informed her that the medics are with him right now at 7:44. They couldn't tell if he was dead or alive or anything like that, but that the sheriff just wanted to know what Brian Drake's cell phone number was. And that's when, in the report, Jennifer Drake says, I don't know why they were asking me for his cell phone number. Why are they asking me for his cell phone number? If you're with him, like, you can ask him for his cell phone number. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Well, after the 7:44 call would end 2 minutes and 45 seconds later, Brian Drake's cell phone received back-to-back phone calls at 7:47 and 7:48. Why would they need to be calling Brian Drake's cell phone? Well, because you're trying to find his phone. Same reasons that in the Karen Reed case, why they were calling John O'Keefe's phone. So staging means, it's a term that you use. You're staging, and that means you're waiting for instructions. This is where we're located. This is where we're staging when you need us. So I guess some people don't understand how 911 calls work and certain cases work. If something is labeled a domestic violence case, you're not going to be getting any 911 calls or body cams or anything like that. For you to want Olivia Gonsalves's body cam of a domestic violence type of situation, I think that you're doing in here for the wrong reasons. So this has nothing to do with that case, what I'm talking about. So please keep your comments on topic or they will be removed. So again, welcome. I want to show you guys again. Let's see. Let's go with this. Again, sorry for my voice. Things have been wild over here. Idaho's a wild place, man. It may be pretty, but shit, it is wild. Right there, you could see it's very, very zoomed in with those lights right there. 7:53 and 20 seconds. But prior to that, 7:52. So you have 7:51 and 55 seconds. You have SUVs that are right there pulling into. This is the coffee shop. There they go. So see that right there? See those back two lights right there? So you got two SUVs right there. And you got somebody on foot. You actually got two people on foot. Alan Schleff is one of them. And Brandon Johnson's the other one. I don't know where their vehicles are parked. Here's right there. Turning right. Boom. That's the drive-through between. And that's at 7:52 and 45 seconds. Also, this camera from all of my research is on a 24-second delay. And then there you go. They back up. Mike Valenzuela backs up his vehicle. No other vehicle had ever turned into this point up until this vehicle. If you watch this surveillance camera. And then if you look at the body cam of Alan Schleff, I got a still screenshot of when his body cam turns to the left, and it can then see the alleyway. And down in this alleyway, there is somebody that's on the right side, which would be the passenger side of Mike Valenzuela's vehicle. And that officer was on foot. And it's all going to come out which officer that was. They have so much to answer to, because when it would have come out over the 911 calls, when Jennifer Drake gave her call, she specifically said 6811, and they had that by 7:34. So why none of these officers would go to 6811 to go? That's where she was talking to her husband, and he said he was shot through the window. Okay. But these officers didn't get to hear that 911 call. But they had this guy was inside his office. So why none of these police officers went to 6811 should be really telling to a lot of people. So, what's up, Miss Potts? What's up, Miss Potts? In other news, so I wanted you guys to see for yourselves. That's very, very important. Surveillance cam there. These officers avoided. Now, let me show you all they had to do. What's up, Joanne? All these officers had to do was when they first arriving. So, 7:34. See that car right there coming around? Watch this. That's a cop. That's a cop right there. See that? Now look at what Lana found. There was an officer that was had another trainee with him. So take a look at this. So it's 7:34. You're going to see right here, 7:34, 59 seconds. Right there, boom. Turns in there, is at the coffee shop right here. 6811, back through here. See that? See those lights on over here? Because then he goes across the street, makes the turn to come back this way. But you were at 6811. You were like heading there at 7:35. You guys understand that the CAD note said at 7:34, active 911 was sent at 19:34. Those officers were there in 1 minute and 28 seconds. And then they just, what seems to me is absolute craziness. Look at all this shit. None of them going, all of them driving over here. Away from the crime scene. At 7:39, at the 15:10 saying that he's at 6811. Mike Venezuela says at checking apartment above Les Schwab at 15:10. Why is he checking the apartment above Les Schwab at 19:39 hours? That's not where they ever said that they called from. Nothing. Mike Venezuela has so many questions to answer, and it's not looking pretty. Because at 7:39, if he's checking apartment above Les Schwab, that would be you're talking to Leah Sandelin at 7:39. And Aaliyah Sandlin told you like where it happened. And then it happened before, or it happened over by the coffee. We heard the shots behind Far North. So he attempts like he's going to go to 6811, and he doesn't. Whoever that vehicle was. And I believe that was the 1507. Alan Schleff. You have Brandon Johnson, Alan. Nobody is over there at that where they were told to go, 6811. But they're typing in that they're at 6811 and en route and that they're there. And all this shows me is that they avoided the crime scene. And that somebody was there acting like they were the one that was over there. Like, oh, here, somebody's on foot, go check this way, go check somebody running that way, or all their fucking bullshit. But literally, that's the coffee shop, and nobody is there. Brian Drake's is right there next to it. Nobody's there. And nobody would go there for 20. Look at these cops right here. Look at them. There they go. One. Driving all back through here. Look at them. Look at them over there. Fucking wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. Look at this to the left. There's one that's right there. There's one that's right here. Look at these three following each other around. Look at this. Watch this. Here it comes. That van's like, get me the fuck up out of here. Hurry up. Isaac Funderberg never said that he lived at the apartments above Les Schwab. Isaac Funderberg never said anything on his 911 call. Isaac Funderberg, there goes 1, 2, 3. The other one was up in front. Look at them. What are they doing? This is at 19:38 and 44 seconds. I'm going to tell you where they say that they're at 19:38 and 44 seconds. These guys are claiming that they're at 6811 Main Street, Bonners Ferry. I just checked with two people at the thrift shop. They did not hear or see anything. That's what 65 says, which is Brandon Johnson. Prior to that, 1510 at 1939. How could you be talking to anybody over at Les Schwab if you're back here? Mike Venezuela had a body cam on. There was no body cam that has surfaced of him talking or going up into the Les Schwab apartment that was up top to knock on the door or anything like that. The 1506 says they're checking Cody Street at 1939. Yep. All three of you guys, this is Cody Street. That's where you just saw them. They're on Cody Street. All three of them were, though. Then the 1507 says, who is Alan Schleff at 1940, spoke with citizen. She advised hearing gunshots or a gunshot near the far north area. Then said individual wearing black jacket, unknown type of beanie, and possibly black pants run over towards State Farm Insurance. Well, then what the fuck are you guys doing back over here? Oh, that's right, Alan Schleff. But the 911 call that came out, what? Dispatch isn't telling you guys? She did. She told you guys. Active 911 sent at 1938, saying to go to 6811 at 1938 at 7:38. Then somebody says, I'm out near the State Farm Insurance building on foot checking behind buildings for anyone down. What? For anyone down? Then the 1510 says 6811 Main Street, like that they're at Mike Venezuela, 1951, 1947. So the airwaves are dead silent from 1941 until 1947. Then at 1947, medics say subject running on El Paso towards Main Street. At 1947, Medic 1 is sitting there staged and says that there is a subject running on El Paso towards Main Street. Wild shit, man. Unreal. What a shit show. All right. Now, I got some phone calls. And people were wondering why they're getting letters from Jennifer Drake during the murder, like during the criminal case. Jennifer Drake sent letters to people that she claimed that she didn't know when she was interviewed. And she wanted to thank them, that Brian considered you guys like his patients like family. And that if we owed you any money, let us know because Brian took payment ahead of time. Look at, you see those lights in the back over there by, look at that. Look at that. That's all in the back by Brian Drake's. Look at them. Look at that light. This is wild. These officers are just damn. This is the most corrupt fucking town. I think it takes. I'm not sure what's worse, Canton or Idaho, in these areas. So yeah. So I don't know why Jennifer would be telling investigators that medics were with her husband at 7:44 when medics were never with her husband, and that all they did was go in there at between 8:07 and 8:17 to declare him dead. Wild. Now, let's pause that. Let's turn this up. And now Dan Moore has an alibi witness who's the coroner. I guess nobody cares about that. The alibi witness took a polygraph and passed the polygraph. Passed the polygraph. Coroner. That Dan Moore, Dr. Dan Moore was with the coroner until after hearing the scanner. Okay. Was with the coroner until after the scanner came in, talking about that there was, someone down and all this crap. This is a reenactment that Isaac Funderberg testified to, or actually he didn't testify. He just gave statements to. Let me share with you guys. This is what he said he saw that night. And he said, you tell me if you could see anybody's face. This is lies. This is all lies. He may have seen this part, somebody walking out over here, but this is not where Isaac was. Look at this. Look at this lighting. Isaac was over here, right here, parked in the glass shop. So they do a reenactment of it. This is a reenactment. This is the police chief doing a reenactment of what Isaac Funderberg told him. So you guys can ask yourselves if you think that you could see anything. Now, there's one good thing, though. This is from the night of. And take a look at over here what vehicles are in this area. I mean, it's absolute wild. Did Isaac lie? I think Isaac claimed that he was over at his apartment when he saw what he saw, because he didn't want to say why he was where he was, because I believe that Isaac was doing something else. And so he lied about where he was when he saw what he saw, because what he was doing, I believe, was against the law. Why else would you lie about where you were when you actually saw something that you saw? But this was the reenactment that they did. And for him to be able to nail that the guy had a black beanie on, black pants, black hoodie, facial hair, dark skin, looked like the Middle Eastern man, and he had that gray vest on. He literally pegs Caleb Pico and Nazara, and I just don't think from this angle that you're able to see anybody's face. I just don't. I don't think from this distance you're going to see that person, but I might be able to get the black vest, but how I would know that he's Middle Eastern and has a facial hair, beard, whatever. Here it is. How could I possibly see that? No way. It's not possible. Right there, he looks back. Can you see his face? No. Other thing I want people to pay attention to is this blue door right here. That blue door was unlocked. Alan Schleff left it out of his police report. You know, you're a vet. You're supposed to be looking at your body cam after to write your police report, or you can use it for that purpose. And you would think that if somebody was murdered in a building, you're going to make notes, and that would be very, very relevant. This front door was unlocked. This blue door, that blue door, nobody was occupying this portion of this building, or if they were, that should have been locked. It was unlocked, and it's never like that. This is the glass shop. Now, this is where, if you go up these stairs, there's a massage therapist, and then this is where the sex counselors work out of. And the glass shop, this had so much activity here that people were driving the hour before the alleged 6 or 7:26 time, an hour before that, from 6:30 until 7:02. This was like a party over here. There were just cars going in and through, and it was like they were all meeting up at the glass shop, this little parking lot here. But that's where the porn addiction counselor was, the husband and wife. So now, one last time with this, I'm going to show you guys another one.
What time did you get home? Did you work today or were you on?
I did work today.
Okay, what time did you get home?
3:47, roughly.
Did you guys all together as a family at that point? Home the rest of the evening?
Yes.
Okay. And anything to drink tonight?
No.
Great. Good. Yeah, you're a step ahead of me, so you're doing good. All right, and so you're home. What time do you guys have dinner?
I'm supposed to be eating right now.
Are you a little
Yeah.
late? All right. What's your
Burgers.
All right, this is Isaac Funderberg being interviewed, okay? And this is Police Chief Marty Ryan, or Assistant Police Chief Marty Ryan. Now, right over here, this is Dave McClellan. He's got the hat on with the glasses, with the goatee right here. But the person's body cam that this is, all right, this is at the coffee, Far North Coffee Shop. But the person whose body cam this is Mike Valenzuela's, the 1510. And this is why I had said, dude, this dude had a body cam. Why isn't that motherfucker on? And if it was on, because you used it for this purpose, why wasn't your body cam on when you're in pursuit of like gunshots, blah, blah, blah? Where's all your body cam? And in fact, he was advising Alan Schlepp to shut off his body cam because he wanted to tell him a story after the body was found.
Okay, so I was outside putting new plates on.
Oops. It'll start back up. So Isaac's story is that, all right, I was outside.
Her car. She just got the car.
I was outside putting new plates on.
Okay, so I was outside putting new plates on her car. She just got the car, and I heard the gunshot roughly, I don't know time, roughly about 7:30 probably.
You were outside?
I was outside. And I heard the gunshot, and it sounded like it came from directly back here. And then this building on the other side of this one has a little grass way past the picnic table there. And I saw someone come running out from there, from behind that building, and he kind of...
Okay. Right there, it tells me there is no way in fucking hell you from your apartment, you can't see the picnic tables, but guess where you can see? If you're in the glass shop parking lot and you're parked over there, can you see behind the building? And you can see that there's a picnic table and there's, you know, the brush and stuff like that. Sherry, what's up? YouTube is just slacking on us.
Kept close to this brick building up here where the window repair shop is. Kept close to this brick building up here where the window repair shop is. Kept close.
This thing's a piece.
Over towards somewhere over there, you know, off that corner, like one of the streets over there.
Are we on this side of the highway or that?
Oh, sorry, we're on this side. I'm just trying to
very good.
reach it. But it was somewhere towards
The
like,
date
pediatrics.
is March 12, 2020.
And I drove my car back in the
22
neighborhood
or
trying
21,
to
23
get a picture or whatever I could for you guys if I could find him.
Okay.
And I didn't see anything. And then I went and called the cops on my way home from driving through the
So
neighborhood.
when you had called by time
I went in where? I went in, called the cops from driving around the neighborhood.
you called in, who'd you call? Was 911?
Yeah. By the time I called in, I was in this back, the alleyway on the 3rd Street.
So several minutes have passed by that point.
A couple minutes out, yeah.
So now, what's your name up there? Just clear your mind for a second. All right, so you hear the gunshot, you walk around, you sit down, you work his way through the grass into the building there, right? Looks back at you. So that for a moment, close your eyes again. You really think close your eyes.
I already know that. I feel like I know the face, but I don't want to say it because if I'm wrong,
It's okay.
I don't know if you've been to the Liberty up here, but there's this short, kind of Arabic looking dude that works there. He always says, "Hey, buddy," to me. It kind of looked a lot like about the same height, looked roughly the same age.
Okay, so kind of thin, fat, what do you think?
It's probably about my height. He's a little bit bulkier than me, not muscle, but he has some more fat than I do.
Okay.
A little chunky, and I don't really know how to describe him.
Okay, start down the bottom.
Little mustache, maybe.
Start down the bottom. We've never about to speak.
I don't know. I remember he was wearing black sweatpants and black hoodie. I think he had a gray vest on. Maybe it was the light was reflecting, but I remember seeing a vest. I feel like.
Sure.
And he had a beanie on. For sure.
And then he looked at you. What did you see him?
Okay, perfect. You heard him give the description, right? Now check this out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, damn. Gray sweatpants, black top, hoodie, whatever, gray vest, beanie. He said he looks Middle Eastern, and facial hair. You guys see this? Right here? Okay. Now, the only way that you could have seen this man is, ready for the drum roll, gray and black. How do you mix up those colors? You don't. He said it. He said black. He said gray vest, black beanie. He literally identifies this man to a T. Okay. Now check this out. Well, Eldora was driving and she said, we took our Honda Pilot. We got there at 6:03. We left. She's like, I don't know. I got to Super One at like 7:25 p.m. You stayed at your chiropractor's from 6:03 until like 7:20. That's a long time to be at a chiropractor's, don't you think? But lo and behold, in order for Isaac Funderberg to have seen this man, that would mean, because I went and pulled the surveillance cameras, and I have none other than at set Serio 6. Okay. So I'm going to take us back to 7:16. And I'm going to zoom in. So again, right here's the coffee shop. But now, in order to know what we're talking about, right here is Brian Drake's building. Here's the coffee shop because like it's going away, so they're right next to each other. But in the back here, so underneath this sign, in the back, this is where the parking for Brian Drake's is. And now I want you to see what I was able to get. See this little light there, right there? That's like it's at so 7:16 and 19 seconds, 21. Right there, Eldora Gatchel backing up. Watch that light. Backing up. And what do I have? I have Eldora Gatchel backing up, and I'm going to zoom in. Toggle zoom. And do you see I got her vehicle now coming around? Take a look right there. Coming out, doing exactly what she said. It's right there. (7:16 and 56 seconds). Okay. Her vehicle then turns because she has to come back south, heading home. Here she is. And this is going to be her pilot. And I will pause it. (7:17 and 25 seconds). She began to leave at 7:16 and like 20 seconds. Okay. And this would mean when Aldora said that she left, that she had to come around this way because she couldn't leave out going straight to the drive-thru over here because she said that there was a vehicle, a truck blocking her. Okay. That there was a truck blocking her. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you what a big fat fucking liar Aldora is. And Aldora was told to say this. There's her pilot. In order to see either one of these two people, you would have had to see them before 7:16, which is before the 7:17 phone call. Okay. Which means that you saw that man after the gunshot. Y'all following? Which means the gunshot was before 7:16. Y'all following? Perfect. And let me show you how Aldora Gatchell was fucking literally told what to say with investigators when she does this. So Aldora would have clearly left. Now check it out. We're back over here. I want you guys to take a look at this thing is so touchy. Now, what then I did is I said, okay, let me zoom in because what Isaac said he did is, okay. Isaac said after, like in order to see all that, his vehicle has to come from over here and he zooms across to then go looking for this guy, right? Because he sees him. So then he says he gets in his car after he puts his dogs in his car and he goes and zooms across to try to find this guy. Well, Isaac Funderberg does not do that. We don't have him zooming across, but we do, but it's way earlier. Okay. It's at 6:52. Okay. But then I'm going to show you what happens next. At 7:17 and 52 seconds, you will clearly see this white truck. At 7:17 and 54 seconds, this white truck comes up to 95. And this is clearly after Aldora Gatchell leaves. There's the truck. Watch what the truck does. Truck pulls in. Truck pulls in. Now watch what the truck does. Truck goes around. Like it's going to go through the drive-through of the coffee shop. Now watch this. Zoom in. See, you can see it back there. It goes around and it comes back up this way. And you're going to see it pop out over here in a second. Right there. See the truck? See the truck? Now, Aldora, honey, is this what Bobby Goad told you to say when he came and met with you on Saturday before you had your interview on the 16th of March? Because watch what this truck does. There is no way that this truck, you guys, could have went through and been able to squeeze through that area if, and in fact, there was another vehicle there, which there was not. Okay. Now, this truck is right here. And watch what happens with this truck. The person that's driving this truck does something very interesting. See, 719. Eldora's already gone. This truck comes after it. And then the truck goes like it's going to turn back this way, and it's right in front of the coffee shop. Okay. And comes out. So it stays right there. Look at this. What's going on here? What's going on here? Look at, and then now wants to turn and go like that. How would Eldora Gatchel know about something that literally transpired after she left? Let me show you what's very clear as day for me, as I wanted to run it back for a second. And at somebody messed up royally. Okay. Here we go. At 7:14 and 32 seconds, that white truck, 4 minutes before the 7:18 time, 7:14 right here. Watch what it does. Who's ever driving this truck, right here. Now, this truck, boom. 7:14 and 54 seconds. Wait a second. Where did the truck just go? 7:14 and 35. Look at how many seconds are missing right here. 7:14 and 47, 48, 49, 50, and then boom, 52. I'm missing almost 2 seconds. Okay. Well, I went and got the other camera for the other side where Liberty Camera gas station is on the other side. And we should see that truck, if it doesn't turn right into the glass shop, we should see that truck go and be on the Liberty Camera gas station. Well, we don't see it on a Liberty Camera gas station. It, in fact, turns right into the glass shop. And now pay attention to back over here. 7:14 and 50 seconds, it turns and it's sitting back in the glass shop. Sitting there, 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 sitting there. See, there's a light right there. See that? See that? See that? See that? It's fucking hog heaven over there. What's going on over there in the back of the glass shop? That's that white truck. Sitting all the way over there. Okay? Waiting, 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 waiting. Because then I use the Liberty Camera gas station cameras to prove that that white truck waited for 2 minutes, sat in the glass shop parking lot, okay? Waited. And guess who's in that glass shop parking lot? There's lights are on right there again. Look at those lights. Look at those lights, motherfuckers. Look at these idiots. It's one after another. It's a fucking people buying drugs, dropping shit off. What's going on? Look at. Can't make this shit up. Now watch, that's that truck. This is Eldora. Eldora's over here. She's pulling out. When Eldora says that she cannot leave because there was a running truck there, she's a liar. There was no running truck there. Okay? Complete lies. She didn't want to go past what? She didn't want to go past that window. Here's Eldora. She says that she couldn't go straight out through because of a truck with running lights on. Bobby Goad messed it all up and told Eldora Gatchell to say that. Well, thank God someone like me comes along and says, wait a second, Eldora Gatchell, she's speaking of the 7/18 time and she was already long gone. So somebody would have had to view these cameras or know what the fuck exactly happened. But if Eldora Gatchell's already gone, how does she know that the people in the white truck were going to then make another loop so that they could frame a motherfucker and make it seem like that Dan Moore's case in the joint? You guys are sick as fuck. This is a frame job. That town is so fucking disgusting. Nothing but a bunch of fucking druggies. People pimping out their kids. And the people with money. They knew that they were going to frame Dan Moore for this. This is how I know. Because after it all went down, then you took Dan Moore's truck and you drove around. And the police are saying that white truck doesn't stop. This camera proves that white truck was 100% at the glass shop and was 100% there for 2 minutes. What did they take out of the back of Dan Moore's truck and put in the glass shop? It was a wheelchair and it was an egg crate bed, because they lied to Dan Moore and said that an old man that was on his last leg, he had bed sores and blah, blah. And Dan Moore had stuff that he had in storage, put it in his truck. And this guy that said he was helping an old man who was on his last leg wanted to get these things over. And he said he was going to use his truck to go to the Catholic, where a van was at the Catholic shop or at the Catholic church, and be able then to take this stuff to the guy. No, you guys fucking used his truck to set this motherfucker up. You're sick as fuck. Y'all know what you done, and it's gonna come out. And I'm showing it here today so I can prove how you guys fucking framed an innocent man. This is sick. You guys are sick as fuck. Absolutely disgusting. Look at that. That discovery is full of fluff. That discovery is full of fillers. And you guys waited 6 months to pin him up and put a whole bunch of discovery that's not even needed. Clark would die in June of 2020. Clark's son would mysteriously go missing or drowned in the water in 2023. But guess what? I know who you are. I figured it out. I know who you are that drove that truck that night, and I'm coming for you. Peace out, Girl Scouts.